Welcome to Taste Reviews Drink Edition. I'm your host, Dirk Silver, and this is episode 11. Now, we got a new one for you today. Uncle Nearest 1856 Premium Whiskey. Now, this one right here is a Black-owned whiskey. Of course, it is Black History Month, so one of the episodes I had to add a Black-owned company to the mix, and here we are, Uncle Nearest 1856. Now, this particular whiskey company has a very interesting story. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but this particular whiskey company is from the direct descendant of the man who is pretty much responsible for the Jack Daniels whiskey. Now you can go on their website, which will be down in the description box, to learn more, much more about this particular whiskey brand, as well as the story behind it. So let's get right to it. I'm going to go into a little description of this whiskey, and we're going to get to your favorite part, the tasting, and then we're going to end it off with a tasting review. So just looking at the bottle, it's a nice bottle, nice and sleek, different type of shape than you normally see with whiskeys. On the label, it has Uncle Nearest 1856 Premium Whiskey. You also see where the distillery is located in Shelbyville, Tennessee. I actually had the opportunity back in 2021 to visit this distillery. Great time. I look forward to getting back there again pretty soon. And on here you have the signature of their master blender of who made this particular whiskey. And it's 100 proof, 50% alcohol volume. And it talks about, it has a little quote right here on the front of it about it being an award-winning whiskey. It definitely is one of the fastest growing whiskey companies in the world right now. On the back of it, I'll just read what it says. And this is coming from the website as well, unclenearest.com. It says, remarkably smooth and aged to perfection. This best-in-class whiskey honors Tennessee's premier master distiller and teacher, Nearest Green. Known to his friends and family as Uncle Nearest, his whiskey was prized for its refined character resulting from the distinctive maple charcoal filtering process that he helped perfect over 160 years ago. Awarded Best American Whiskey and World's Best, his legacy of excellence lives on in every bottle. So that's a brief description from the bottle. Now let me see what's on the website that I can let you guys know. Once again, that website is unclenearest.com. So for this particular whiskey right here, Uncle Nearest 1856, this is their premium whiskey right here. And it says our inaugural whiskey, Uncle Nearest 1856, is a premium blend bottled at 100 proof. It has won over 125 awards since its debut in 2017, including Best American Whiskey from the New Orleans World Bourbon Festival and World's Best from the World Whiskies Award. Uncle Nearest is astonishingly smooth and can be enjoyed neat, on the rocks, and in your favorite whiskey or bourbon cocktail. In 2017, Uncle Nearest 1856 Premium Aged Whiskey launched in the United States. Honoring the first African American master distiller, this premium whiskey swiftly rolled out throughout the U.S. and abroad and can now be found in 50 states, 12 countries, and shipped over to 148 countries in the world. Uncle Nearest is now the fastest growing American whiskey brand in U.S. history. It goes on to talk about many of the awards that Uncle Nearest has won, over nearly 400 awards and accolades since it debuted in 2017. Unfortunately, on their website, one of the things that I wish that they had that I'm sort of used to at this point now, since doing the show is the tasting notes. They don't have any tasting notes on their website. I actually emailed Uncle Nearest to see if I can get the tasting notes, but they didn't send them in time for the recording. But, you know, I'm getting real good at this, so we're going to rock without the tasting notes. So that was the description of Uncle Nearest's 1856 Premium Aged Whiskey. And now we're going to go on to your favorite part, the tasting. I'm not even going to do no segue. We're going to get right to it. I'm going to open the bottle right here, right now. Right in your face. Of course, I would have a little trouble when I'm doing it for the first time in front of you. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now I'm going to smell the cork. Smells good. Just from the cork, I can smell some caramel. I can smell some nutty. I can get some nutty notes from it. Some oak. It smells real smooth. So I'm going to go ahead and put my ice in the first tumbler. Pour up. Just a little bit more. There we go. All right, now I'm going to put some in the nosing glass. And this is actually an Uncle Nearest premium whiskey nosing glass that I got when I was down there at the distillery. I'm going to put it in the last tumbler. There we go. A little taste, little taste. So it has a nice color to it, a nice bronze color. It's not oily at all. I mean, I don't see any oil residue on the nosing glass. I'm kind of shocked by this. Like it's no oil. It's real thin. Like it's so thin, it's maybe some oil on there, but it's very thin, very thin. So I'm gonna give it a little swirl and smell. Once again, I smell the caramel. I smell some nutty notes, and I smell some oak, a little spice. I feel like I'm smelling a little fruit as well. It definitely smells sweet, more sweet than spicy, but I can smell a little spice to it. Now let me get a taste. First taste, I definitely taste some spice to it. I taste some fruitiness, um, a little caramel, maybe a little honey. It's definitely a sweetness there. It's real smooth. The finish is short. The finish is very short. Um, I don't know if I already said spice, but I definitely taste spice on the front end and the back end. But it's very smooth. This is very smooth. It's almost like water. That's how smooth it is. It makes sense because it's really no oil. It's not oily at all. It's very thin. Take another taste. Yeah, definitely taste some fruitiness to it. Um, Definitely taste some fruitiness, a little spice. Um, I'm almost tasting a little vanilla. There's a sweetness to it, and it's not only coming from the fruitiness, but it's coming from somewhere else. I don't know if it's a vanilla taste, if it's a honey, or if it's a caramel, but it's somewhere around there. Definitely real smooth. Let me cleanse my palate. All right, we're gonna move on to the tumbler with ice. Um, the tumbler with ice. I'm smelling some fruitiness. Smells very sweet with the ice. Tumbler with ice. At this point, right now, with the tumbler with ice, I can only smell fruit. I can only smell fruit. Very much smoother with the ice, even more fruitier. Um, and I'm just tasting I'm tasting honey or vanilla, but it's definitely a sweetness. It's not a overwhelming sweetness. It ties in very well with the fruit flavor. Um, it tastes very good with the tumbler. It's very it's very mild. It's very smooth. Um, it just has this nice fruity flavor with the ice. Yeah, with it being cold and with the ice, it's very smooth. It's very fruity. It's very mild. It's ultra smooth with the tumbler with ice. Let me cleanse my palate. Now I'm gonna put a splash of water in this next tumbler. There we go. Swirl that around a little bit with the tumbler with just a splash of water. I can smell the spice. I can smell the fruitiness. That fruitiness is not going anywhere with none of the glasses. Not with the nosing glass, the tumbler with ice, or this one with the splash of water. That fruitiness is definitely there, and I like it. It makes it real smooth. It makes it very mild. It's not overwhelming. And that fruit smells good. It's almost like a fruity floral flavor to it. That's why I'm getting that vanilla from there. That fruity floral flavor. Let me take a sip. With the splash of water, it's even more. It's just as smooth as with the tumbler with ice. Um, I'm getting that fruitiness. That fruitiness is just like I said. It's not going anywhere from the nose to the tongue to the mouth. It's not going anywhere. That fruitiness is there to stay, and I like it. It makes it very smooth. It makes it very comfortable to drink. Um, and it has me just thinking about old fashions, just making an old fashioned with it and getting like a flavored simple syrup. I have a blackberry simple syrup and I have a spiced cranberry simple syrup in my refrigerator in my basement in the tasting room. So I feel like that will go very well with this particular whiskey to add on to the fruitiness of the flavors. Let me take another sip. With the splash of water, you still have that spice to it, but it's not overwhelming. It just adds a balance to the fruit flavors. It's very smooth. Like it's this whiskey is very thin. It's very thin. It's like it's as thin as water, but with flavor. So yeah, um, the fruitiness is great. The fruit flavor just makes it very smooth, and I see why. Excuse me, burp number one. So you know when I burp during the review, Burp number two. So, like I was saying, you know when I burp during the review that it's a good whiskey. It's a good whiskey when I'm burping during the review. So we're gonna move right along to the tasting review. And I have to say, I enjoyed this very much. You know, I've talked about the fruit flavors a lot during this review. So that is the overall theme of this whiskey right here. It will give you a nice mild fruit flavor with just a hint of spice, depending on how you're drinking it. If you're drinking it with the tumbler with ice, on the rocks, as they say, then you won't have that spice. It will be very smooth, very fruity. If you are going to drink it neat, then you're going to have the same balance of spice and fruit. Same balance of spice and fruit drinking it neat. With a splash of water, you're going to get more of a fruit flavor with just a hint of spice and some floral notes. So I'm going to have to give this whiskey, Uncle Nerd's 1856 premium whiskey, a 5 out of 5 taste. And the reason I'm giving it that, because no matter how you drink it, it's going to be satisfying. And it could be for anybody. If you're a first time whiskey drinker, if you're a woman who doesn't like strong alcohol, if you're a man who doesn't like strong alcohol, if you prefer the spice and the sweetness of fruit flavors, and making a cocktail with it. Even though I haven't made one yet, I can already anticipate the fact that this one is going to be good um, in the cocktail, particularly an old fashioned. So I can't wait to make an old fashioned later on this weekend. And I have to say, Uncle Nerd's 1856 is a winner. Now, this one right here is a fifth, and the price point of it was $54, $55, I believe, but I got it on sale. So, you know, it's worth the price. It's worth the price. It'll be um, a good one for a nice, relaxing night. If you want to drink it after a meal, you can either, because of the fruitiness, depending on how you drink it, with a splash of water or with ice, you can have it as a dessert drink, and I recommend it. So make sure you like, share, all that good stuff. And for all the new subscribers out there, thank you for subscribing. All the new watchers out there, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, because that allows this episode to get out there to more people. And if you don't already have the notifications on, or you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that. And I'll be back with another episode soon. And if you got time, let me know if you copped it and how you feel about it. This is a taste. I was about to say something. I was about to say a taste to consider podcast for all those who know about the podcast. But this is Taste Reviews, Drink Edition. And make sure you drink responsibly. Drink responsibly.